Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us we have the 2023 GMC Canyon AT4X. This is finished off in a deep bronze metallic. MSRP for this truck is just over $66,000. We have a very capable and luxury focused mid-sized truck though. Let's start off with what powers this Canyon. It features the 2.7 liter high output 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission, pumps out 310 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque. That power is primarily sent to the rear wheels, but this truck has the 4-wheel drive system, of course. It weighs in right around 4,800 pounds, will do 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. Top speed is 98 miles an hour. And as far as ground clearance goes, you're looking almost at 11 inches with a really good approach, breakover, and departure angle. So let's start up front where we have some dealer options for this truck, including this bull bar, 30-inch LED light bar, there's a winch, fog lights on both sides. Really beefy setup to see for this truck. Skid plates are also up underneath, there's tow hooks too. GMC badge with a forward-facing camera. Now the bull bar does actually not obstruct that camera, as you'll see here later. This has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. Headlight high beam is in the lower section with the bodywork that separates it from up top. Really nice brushed finish to this grille too. Matches this deep bronze very nicely, and some aggressive lines that come down that hood. The bumpers up front also curve in to give you that better approach angle, which is nice. And this AT4X is equipped with 33-inch tires, 17-inch wheel with that two-tone design and the beadlock readiness for it. This truck also has the Multimatic suspension, a little bit higher, of course, than a standard Canyon. It's around a 2 or 3-inch lift. We have the steel rock sliders to give you that added protection, cameras, both on the side mirrors and underneath the truck. You'll see that too. This has a sunroof, more trim just underneath that window. And the AT4X only comes in the crew cab. We have the short bed attached to this model and some nice contoured lines in the bed sides. Plastic for the fender arches with the reflectors. And then we have the single exit exhaust on that passenger side. Now in back, all the badging, of course, LED taillights, body colored bumper with all these sensors. This can tow right around 6,000 pounds too. It's a little bit less than a normal Canyon. The off-road tuned suspension is built for off-roading, not necessarily towing. And then this also has remote start. So simply lock it, you can fire right up and then hold on this, and that can shut off as needed. Now we do have the locking tailgate, so you do have to unlock it in order to lower it. And we have that soft open tailgate, ruler, even some hidden storage. I think a lot more manufacturers should utilize the tailgate. Not a whole lot of room, but you can place some items here as needed. And then this has the spray and bed liner, another dealer installed rack system with a lot of tie down hooks, 3-prong outlets. They have a good short bed there to utilize it as needed. Very beneficial for that breakover or departure angle too for off-roading. Now the interior has a two-tone with the black and white along with all the red stitching. You'll notice that works its way to these seats. Really cool to see that. Now in the Canyon, you can flip up that seat. It gives you storage space underneath, of course. We have the winch cable, some other items here at the moment. So it's nice for the small size that it is. You have that versatility. No storage behind the backrest there. But at 5'10", I have plenty of space. There's storage pockets, drink holders, phone holder. You have climates, even a 3-prong and some auxiliaries. And I have about an inch and a half of headroom. So it's pretty nice for this smaller size truck. Cup holders and an armrest, and then the manual sliding rear glass there. So you have a good bit of space. And then up front, for the door panel, just like the rear, of course, we have all the window controls, side mirror adjustments, a little bit more storage there. And of course, a similar design to these front seats. But let's fire this back up, where we have the solid leather steering wheel with all the red stitching. And then with this gauge cluster, you will notice for the current setup, left side is showing the fuel level and miles per hour. Right side, there's the gear along with the tach and engine temperature. And you can use this button right here to go through some different settings. So you can pull up the navigation, You can pull up a G-force meter, look at your off-road setting basically with your pitch and roll, steering angle, transfer case, even a compass. You have more of a calm screen, and then a few others to go through. So they're not configurable, but it's nice that you can go through each setting. Now, cruise control distance pacing is on the left side. This also has a heated steering wheel. There's shortcuts to your music, your voice commands, and then on the back side, there's volume and tuning for the audio. Now on this left side, there's some auxiliaries down below where you could hook up exterior lights. You could attach that light bar up front there. Trailer braking system, some very nice red accents for the air vents there. This does have the head-up display. And then right in the middle with the infotainment system, you can go through a lot of controls. This is how you can get into your headlights, a few others that you can see. You have your shortcut to your music. You can pull up the navigation. And then you also have home. So you can go through Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, go into some controls. You have some off-road settings that you can go into, like Baja. You have terrain, and then even overlanding. Very similar to what you saw in the gauge cluster there. And then let's go back to home where you have the air down mode. So you can use the truck to tell you when you've reached your desired PSI. And then we also have more of the red accents that surround the dual zone temperature dials. This has heated and ventilated seats, fan speed, where you like the air to go, a bunch of other controls are nicely laid out. 2 air vents underneath that, and then this even has a rear locker, a front and rear, that you can lock, engine start stop, hazards, lane keeping assist. We have an auxiliary for the power outlets, then you can also put all 4 windows down at the same time. We have wireless charging with some more auxiliaries, and then check out this camera system. You have a lot of different angles that you can go through. You even have angles underneath the vehicle. So as you can tell right now, that is facing forwards, and then we have a split angle with facing forwards underneath and the forward facing. So let's put this into drive, and if you're off-roading, that is definitely going to be extremely beneficial to see any rocks, anything that may be in your way. Very awesome to see that technology for this truck. Now there's also a low range gear. You can use plus and minus to shift as needed. And then we have the 4-wheel drive selector. You can also rotate this to go through the various driving modes, and they actually make a huge difference. So basically you can set it and forget it. Put it into the driving mode that you need to use, and the truck will accommodate and do everything that it needs to. Now you also have 2 high, 4 low, e-brake behind that, some cup holder storage space. You have some room in the center armrest as well, along with the glove box. And then up top, dome lights, some OnStar controls, manual adjustments for the sunshade there, and a good bit of visibility over both shoulders. And so now let's put it into the low range gear so we can shift using the shifter, and we will put it into 2nd gear. Here we go. And we're up to speed. I didn't really give it a big acceleration. I've done that in previous models like this, but the shifter seems to work very nice. You're not really using this as a 0 to 60 truck, so you don't really need to use those. It's better for the off-roading or towing situations, but it is nice that they have that added. Just makes it a little bit more capable for those situations. But as we're behind the wheel now for this $66,000 GMC, it is very nice. I think this is a really good option to go with for the mid-size platform. It's very comfortable and quiet. Being the GMC, it just gives it a little bit more refinements if that's something that you're looking for. Very nice ride as well, like I've already said with the suspension. But we have a lot of awesome technology features. It's really a cool blend between daily driving this truck and then being able to take it off the pavement and have confidence that this truck is going to do great. We were in the Colorado Z71. It had very similar drive modes with this dial, and honestly, downhill assist control kicks in one of them, off-road or terrain. It's a very nice truck that's not overboard with off-roading technology, to where if you've never gone off-road before, you can just put it to the mode that you want, and the truck is almost going to take over in a sense. I know that's a debate between doing it yourself and letting the truck do it. But if it's not something that you do a lot, you can have a little bit more confidence putting it into the correct mode and having the truck help you in those certain situations. you are also going to get a ton of clearance. So this is going to do very well. Even if you are someone who hunts, you go to recreational areas, gravel roads, there's gonna be some kind of terrain that you are going over. You don't even have to think twice with this truck. It's already set up. Honestly, there's not much that you would have to do to this if you were to take it straight to the off-roading trails. Maybe a high clearance rear bumper is the only thing I can think of. Everything else is pretty much set up to make this a really good off-roader, but it makes for a great daily driver at the same time. So it's a lot of money for a mid-sized truck, but you're also paying for what you're getting. A lot of technology in this truck, and it's definitely the best of both worlds. So if you want to see a truck like this off-roading, we have the Colorado Z71, a few other mid-sized trucks to check out where we've taken them off-road to really see how they perform. This is going to outdo those if you get a chance to watch those videos. So I have no complaints with how this will perform off-road or how it drives on-road. But that is going to wrap it up for this 2023 GMC Canyon AT4X. Once again, huge shout out to Randy Marion GMC for providing this mid-size truck for me today. Check out their website, give the video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.